Take five and trace it, made possible by community impact.
Welcome to Take 5 with Tracy, presented by Community Impact. I'm your host, Tracy Kamenoff with the Greater EMC Chamber. The topic of today's episode is both meaningful and sensitive. We're sitting down with Travis Schmidt with the Winterrose Crusade, an organization created in honor of Winterrose Destiny Wright Schmidt, with a mission about awareness, education, and hope for those who are impacted by domestic violence. These conversations are not always easy, but they're incredibly important, and they have the potential to save lives. I want to thank our friends at KSBJ. We're filming today at their national headquarters in New Caney, Texas. You can find them on the station FM 89.3 in Houston. Now let's jump in. Travis, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tracy.
Want to ask you first, what inspired you guys to start Winterrose Crusade?
Inspiration definitely comes from my daughter, Winterrose Destiny Wright Schmidt. In her 23 years, she overcame so much. I mean, she was a fighter. She persevered through so much until she got trapped in a domestic violence relationship. Ultimately, they ruled that she took her own life, but I believe that if she got to that point, it was only because she felt she had no way out. And so, in our grieving, we were overwhelmed by stories of her selflessness and helping others that we wanted to continue that spirit. And so we established the Winterrose Crusade in her honor.
Wow. That was really enlightening for you after the fact. So now, what do you wish more people understood about domestic violence, especially young adults?
Well, young adults especially have to understand that abuse doesn't always leave a bruise. Right. So a lot of it with our younger adults starts with digital tethering, with following their GPS signals, with demanding passwords.
Controlling behaviors.
Yes, absolutely. So, if they will make sure that they watch for those controlling behaviors, especially as the relationship builds and starts to grow.
So people who are they're in the lives of, what are the warning signs they can look out for that their loved one may be a victim of domestic violence?
Definitely isolation. Okay. That's one of the key things that, especially with Winterrose, that, when we look back, we saw that, that was a key thing that really started at the beginning. Her abuser began isolating her from any resources or any family or anything, friends like that.
Yeah, that was probably really concerning. What resources or support does Winterrose Crusade connect people to?
Especially digital. We love to support loveisrespect.org or joinonelove.org. Those are both great organizations that provide both warning signs, healthy relationship characteristics, quizzes, great websites for them to go to. There's a national domestic violence website that we like to promote, especially for those that are moving out of the area, so that they know that there's still resources available no matter where they go in the United States.
Yeah, even if they're not near their network of support.
Right. And then here locally, I mean, there's so many great local organizations such as Montgomery County Women's Center, Family Time Crisis, some of our chamber members of, H-Town Dream Center and Hopeful Heart Ministries, who, last month with Sherry, great organizations here locally.
Yeah. All right. Well, you work with schools, community partners. Why is it important to start these conversations early?
I think it's really important to start this early because we don't realize the depth of the abuse that's going on in these high schools. I mean, statistically, 1.5 million students report being in a abusive relationship or a sexual assault, being victims of sexual assault.
That's horrible. Yeah. Well, I think that starting the conversation early, like you say, making sure that we do things like this so that folks have an awareness. It's happening. You might not think that it is, but it's not just happening elsewhere. It's happening here.
Yes, actually.
And it's maybe happening to someone you love. And to not ignore things that you think could be a red flag and to not speak up, later, but to speak up now.
I say one of our things is, education and power equals prevention. So if we give them the education, they empower themselves, and they can see it in themselves, in their own relationships, and they can see it in other relationships and can identify that.
That's wonderful. I'm so grateful for what you're doing. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for this important conversation with Winterrose Crusade. If something you heard today has resonated with you, or if someone that you know may need support, don't wait to ask for help. There are people and there are resources who are ready right now to help you. To learn more about Winterrose Crusade, get involved, or access available resources, be sure to connect with them online. And a special thank you again to KSBJ for providing the space for today's conversation, and to Community Impact for making this possible. I'm Tracy Kamenoff, connecting you to the hub of opportunity. Until next time, keep adding value and making a difference.
Take 5 with Tracy.